Many parents compare their child with the siblings or others. Look at your sister. She's practicing her dance every day for 30 minutes. How come you can't? Your brother eats everything that's on the plate. Just do the same. Your cousins always respect their parents in front of others. And here you are, you behave so rudely with me while everyone is watching. Why do you talk so much all the time? It's so embarrassing. Everyone else sits quietly and listens to one another. Why can't you? Why haven't you finished your homework? I'm sick of this. Your sister has already done all the schoolwork and is helping me. I wish I had another daughter. Why do parents compare? Actually, the cause is noble. They just want to fix their child. They're just trying to motivate them to be better. They're trying to enlighten the kids that something better exists and it's doable because other people are doing it. So you can do it too. But unfortunately, this noble cause causes more harm than good. So, what should they do? If you're thinking I'm going to ask you to stop comparing your child to other people, you would be absolutely right and wrong. Actually, what needs to be done is change the way you do it. Technically, comparing yourself to others is very, very important. You learn the most from others. She's treating the animals with so much love. I should too. You get feedback about yourself often just by observing others and comparing yourself. When I speak, no one is interested in my story. When he speaks, everyone is so eager. Maybe I'll watch him and improve my storytelling. You can make better goals by comparing yourself to others. He seems to earn good money and have fun too. I will now also focus on having more quality time with my friends and family. If you're living in a society, comparing will happen. There's no escaping it. And it should happen. There's no need to escape it. What needs to be done is change the way you do it. You can start with following changes. First, shift from comparing through comments to comparing through discussions. And second, in those discussions, when you bring up other people, instead of focusing on those people, focus on the message and the reasons underneath. I'll explain both briefly now. First, when you want your child to learn something from others, don't just throw the comparison in their face. Oh, look what they are doing, you be like them. These comments are not helpful. These comments cannot change the deeper thinking processes of the child. That will happen only through discussions. You think by telling your son to behave like his elder sister, you have dropped an enlightenment bomb and the child will have an awakening? Unlikely. If your son is not behaving like his sister, it means the son doesn't have the natural tendency to behave that way, nor has he developed the thoughts necessary to generate that behavior. And how do you develop those thoughts? Not through superficial comments, but through deeper discussions. When you compare your child just superficially, you are in a way saying to the child, I have neither time nor skills to actually teach you something, so just learn from your sister and fix yourself. This has no value. Anybody can say this. You need to sit down with the child and make a conversation repeatedly. Here's the golden rule. If you are about to compare your child with someone, in 1 or 2 lines, avoid it. Do it only if you can have a discussion on it for 15 to 20 minutes at least. Because you need that much time to really get into the reasons and stimulate thinking, which brings us to the second point. Focus more on reasons, not the other person. A mom says, Beta, look at how your brother is doing everything. He has a good dressing sense. He keeps his clothes in order in the closet. He wears them selectively. He only buys good clothes during the season sale. You should do all this too. What's the problem with this kind of comparing? The focus is more on the brother than the reasons behind his behavior. Brother is doing this, brother is doing that. This is problematic because your child can start thinking, my mom finds my brother better, smarter, maybe more lovable. The focus should not be on how awesome that other person is. The focus should be on the reasons and value behind that person's behavior. If you don't have the patience to have a discussion on the reasons, avoid comparing. Each person's personality or situation is different. We can't just become another person by magic. We need reasons and practice to make changes in personality and our situations. For example, you say to your daughter, look at your friend, she's so easygoing. Your daughter might reply, that's because they're rich, she doesn't have to care about anything. Your child's perception could be correct or incorrect, but for you, the task is, how do you explain to the child that being rich hardly matters in this context and that your situation is still similar to your friend's situation and that you can learn something from her? Like you can say to her, being easygoing is more of a personality thing. There are flexible and rigid people in all cultures, in all sections of society. Richness and poorness doesn't have much to do with it. Let's focus on why being flexible is better and how it's beneficial. You told me the other day that she fights less than you. Like she rarely fights and people like her a lot. Maybe it's because she sometimes lets other people make decisions. Think about it. Even you don't like it when I'm being rigid with you. Do you like it? No, right? And another thing, when you are stuck with your decision and other people don't agree, ultimately you also feel bad. Like your own pleasure goes out the window. It makes you angry too. So what you can do is maybe try to make the most of each situation, even if the decision was made by someone else. You can always find something good and something fun in whatever you're doing. That friend does the same, right? You see her having fun wherever she goes. She's just going with the flow. You can do it too. Make sense? Here, the main focus was not on the child's friend. The mom was not saying that your friend is a better or smarter human being. Friend was just a source of validation that being flexible is possible and beneficial. We focused on reasons behind the behavior, not the person. And as you apply the above two things, remember one more. Don't say general things like, oh, she's so much more disciplined than you. Say specific things like, I think she was able to score well because she makes time to study for 1 hour every morning before leaving for school. Isn't it a good idea? Yes, ask them questions too. See if they agree with the comparison. If they don't, paint a better picture. One caveat, while comparing, avoid siblings as much as possible. Technically, if you do the above things right, you can, but it will take advanced level of skills to be able to do it successfully. Most people don't have those communication skills. Why I say avoid siblings? Because children are very sensitive to how you're treating them versus how you're treating the sibling. If they hear repeated stories about how their younger or elder sibling is doing better, they might interpret that as, my parents like him or her more than me. Also, during childhood, siblings are in kind of a direct competition with each other almost every other day. They don't look up to each other. They don't consider each other as a role model. They most likely think the other is stupid or selfish or disgusting. So comparing them to one another won't work. For comparison, you would need someone that they don't mind looking up to. Someone who didn't snatch the TV remote from them yesterday. So avoid comparison with siblings as much as possible. To summarize, don't just make comments, have deeper discussions. During those discussions, focus on reasons rather than the other person. Try to be as specific as you can. Keep asking them questions to see if they agree with the comparison and reasons. Avoid comparison with siblings unless you're very sure the discussion would be fruitful. That's it. If you like my videos, I want to tell you that I can make even better videos and make more of them quicker. For that, I will need to add more researchers and video makers to my team, and for that, I need funds. You can help fund my videos by contributing something on a monthly basis through Patreon. It's like you'll be paying me a salary so I can give it to other people. Go to patreon.com/Shridhar LifeSchool. You can choose the tier that you're comfortable with, and that amount will be deducted at the first day of each month. As of now, if you choose the $5 tier, you can also be part of online seminars with me. These benefits are subject to change and you'll be informed beforehand. You can pay through debit card, credit card and PayPal. However, if for some reason you cannot contribute something every month, you can make one-time donations as well. Go to www.shridharlifeschool.com/donate and make a donation. Any amount is welcome. I am very grateful to people who have been making donations to me. They are my lifelines. Please continue to do so. Also do subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon for notifications. Please do it right now. By the way, you can buy audios of my videos including this one for repeated listening and as a gesture to support me.